everyone, I'm Grahtles, and welcome to a new episode of City Skylines. This is Kyntre Islands, and the last time we left off, we built this farm, and we extended our residence down below. And today I was looking at the residential area thinking, I think it could be a little bit larger. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to check our squares and see how many tiles we can open and see what would be the best way to expand on the city. So if you're new to my channel and you don't know what I do Let's Plays, tutorials, tips, tricks on City Skylines. And if you like what you see, come follow along and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and you could always unsubscribe if you don't like. So, hey, you got nothing to lose. So let's go ahead and get into this episode and see what we're going to do. So next I'm just going to jump into areas, and I'm just looking around to see which would be the best tile to open. We do have two available, but at this point I just want to open up the one, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pick the one by the highway. I think extending our residence to the side off to the highway would be, I think I can make it an equal distance and it'll look kind of uniform. And so yeah, I'm just bouncing around just trying to figure out how many squares I have, how I'm going to open them, and try to plan a little bit ahead. So I do go ahead and pick the one up by the highway. I want to do something with the highway as well in probably the next episode. So I decide that I really like this old train station here too. I had to come over here and examine it, and I think we're going to leave this in the build as well because I think it just looks really good. Maybe we'll build a new one next to it. Not sure, that's way far off for me for now, but I'm just taking a good look at it. But yeah, opening up this square gives us the room to expand this neighborhood down. And I'm just taking a look at the highway. It dips a little bit, and yeah, I'm just kind of getting a little bit of an overview of how we're going to go about this. So here I'm just taking a look at the farm, and I think I'm going to connect this road to the main road over in here. Now, I don't want the trucks to come through the residential area, and I don't think they will. But later on when we open up policies, I am going to put on Old Town, and I'm going to upgrade these roads in here from the 4-lane to the 6. So I did say that I wanted to make this road right here a 6-lane, and then the one coming off of it a commercial road, and that would be 4. And so I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade this to a 6-lane. We have the budget for it, so I'm not worried about it. And that's going to be like a main road that's going to come down and through when we get closer to opening up the tile next to it. Now I'm definitely going to open up the tile next to it because there's railroads. And now I'm going to start extending this neighborhood, just doubling it in width. So just as I started working on the neighborhood, the farm leveled up. So I wanted to get that going right away. So I went in and saw what we got new, and I start placing them in one by one and adding water and whatever we need to it as I go along. So next I take a look at the neighborhood, and before I start adding to the neighborhood, I decide that I think we'll start upgrading the roads first. They deserve it. They've been here a while, and they deserve nice roads to drive on. So I decide to go around and just upgrade all these roads first, and then we'll start adding to the neighborhood. So So next, before I go ahead and start adding more roads, I start clearing the trees. Now I like to place my own trees, and so I'm going to get this all cleaned up with the rocks, and this way I get a better sight of what I want to do. And it is rather rocky, just like the other tile that I had at the very beginning. So I just clean up all these rocks. As you can see, there was quite a bit of them, and I clean up this area by our services, and this way we could start fresh. So guys, let's get into making these roads. So I'm going to go ahead and I put this on 4x speed, and I'm just going to lay out all these roads, and I'm not using gravel, I'm using the regular roads. There's no reason to. I have the budget, so I don't have to go back and upgrade later on. And I'm just going to keep this on the time lapse and let this kind of go through, and I'm just trying to get the exact measurements to get the right amount across. I did put a centerpiece kind of down the middle, and it just kind of splits up the neighborhood into two parts, and I'm just going to run the water and zone. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit. So here I just go in and add the district all the way across, just to make sure it covers the whole area. And then we're going to go ahead and zone. So we're just going to zone exactly the same way, keeping the commercial on the 4-lane and putting the residents on the 2-lane. So our farm leveled up again, and we're going to put in our maintenance buildings, the large barn, and the slaughterhouse. And then we'll go ahead and get back to the residents. So now we're going to head back to the residence, and as you can see, it's filling out really nicely. I keep zoning in, and we do still have a high demand for more residents, so that's good. And then I go ahead and put in some trees, some fences, some walking paths, bike paths, And yeah, just trying to get this neighborhood up and complete, and so we can move on to wherever we want to go next. So here we hit Busy Town, and we got a whole bunch of new roads, policies, a new area, just a whole bunch of new stuff. And yeah, we'll probably go through that next episode. And next I'm just going to show you the traffic view. It's going pretty smoothly. It's not bad at all, and I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, let's keep going, and I'm going to do a little upgrading of our highway. I think we're going to put the sound barrier on there just because our residents are so close. And then we'll get into our overview. So here we go. Here's a nice overview of our residents and what we did today, and we did quite a bit. We leveled up the farm, I think, to level 4. We filled out this whole neighborhood, and I think it looks nice and complete now. It's about a good size, I would say. And the next episode, we're going to go ahead and probably do that highway. So if you like my content and you would like to see more, please click the like button, subscribe, comment, and share, and I'll see you next time. Bye.